Good evening, everyone. I figured I would share our Imbolc altar with you before we do our Imbolc reading tomorrow. We are in the Imbolc season until the end of March, until we get closer to Ostara. But let's get started. Of course, we have my Protection Burn bundle here. I have a few herbs I'm working with this season. We have basil, which I use a lot for prosperity this year. That one's called King Gristle. My kids and I named it. Clove and some oranges. We have my house spirit mistletoe divination board. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but it's stone. I'm using it for the stone. My goddess oil that I made. We also have a big jar of chamomile. Chamomile I associate with the sun, and Imbolc is, of course, about awakening. It's about the sun returning. It's about Bridget underneath the cold snow ground getting ready to awaken. This is my Awaken Imbolc Oracle card. And then once we get towards the center, we have, if you guys recognize this, I decided to use the Yule log that I had because we were going to do the balancing spell that I said closer to Imbolc, and we'll actually be doing that this week. But I used to get the snow effect, I used the Epsom salts with lavender and eucalyptus and spearmint. It actually smells really good and goes along with the spell work. You'll notice we have Bridget's Cross, which I did make a video of me making. You can go back and watch if you missed it. I used this pine cone to represent the Imbolc season, and because it has a point to it. So I could connect this spell to the Witch's Pyramid energy. But we have Bridget's bed here. You bring her in for Imbolc, say she's welcome, put her in the center of your hearth. We also have rosemary on her bed, gold to represent prosperity. I'm working with the prosperity, this Imbolc. And I'll show you a video. You can barely see them now because they've dried. But on January 2nd, I found violets growing outside my house. And I do believe that's the earliest I've ever seen a violet growing, because I looked for those when I was younger a lot of times. The yellow rose. We have the broom with the bay leaf. Bay is associated with the season of Imbolc as well. The black and white candle for the feminine and the masculine, since I'm doing the balancing spell. And I'm really excited to share this spell with you guys this week, because when I was meditating before this spell, I came up with a new way for my sigil. I saw an image in my mind during that meditation that is the perfect sigil for this spell. But getting ahead of the game, and notice how we have the moon on, like I said, the white candle, and the sun star on the black candle. So it's balancing out that masculine and feminine. But back here we have full moon water, which I will be using this week to make some banishing water, actually. We have two shells here. One to represent the river. This one's from the river. One represent the sea. This one's from the sea. And in them, we have forget-me-nots from my garden and snapdragons from my garden. The snapdragons are important. This is the year of the dragon. Over in this one, we have some odds and ends left over, some gadgets and pendants and stuff that I use that were on my Letha Suncatcher spell that I did last year. If you guys missed it, that I use, that are charged with that solar energy that I use in different spell work. We have the Bridget's doll, which I showed me making in the video, in the center of our hearth. Dark moon water to go along. Bridget was the goddess of the holy wells too. Dark moon water you can use in lots and lots of things. Of course, we have the wheel. It's pointed at Imbolc. My Persephone candle that I'll be using closer to Beltane, I'm thinking, to help with dream work, to get visions through dreams and the letters to Persephone. But you'll see the pomegranates and stuff that I have in there for that. Some more herbs that I'm working with for the season, and I actually work with all year long. But we have lavender and mugwort. Back here we have, pull it out for you guys, a tonic with a bunch of herbs I'm going to use for sleep, for dream visions, and a sleep tonic, if you will, with some honey-proof vodka. Let that stew for a while. I still have my harvest wagon back here, adding to it as the seasons went along since harvest. The harvest divination bottle that I did, that ironically has the symbol in my meditation prayer necklace, my mala necklace I made. But this is a bunch of herbs I worked with at harvest. I use it as a divination bottle. It's a memory bottle. Comes in loads handy. And of course I have my cauldron here that I use to make black salt and whatnot, to represent the womb, to represent water. The cauldron represents the womb and water. And actually, Kaliak, who is the crone version of Bridget. And I can't forget Bridget here. My mini white rose bush that I got, I think it was in our 13 moon reading. You can see her in the background with a few buds on her. They didn't make it very long, and most of the buds were gone because unfortunately I had to order her through the mail. But I'm trying to keep her alive as long as we can. She symbolizes the life coming back. This Imbolc, and I'll be moving her outside if she makes it. Wish me luck. Of course, my reading table is linked to the altar like always, but of course we have one of my favorite journals and planners. Of course, I use it for both. I'm using a Celtic deck to represent Bridget. Okay, coming is spring, the Dark Goddess Oracle deck, and of course the Imbolc Oracle deck. Now, you guys have already seen, I don't think I've shared the video. I'll try to share it this week, or I have it on video, of me making our Imbolc candle. It's burning very strange. Like the candle's getting ready to tip on that stag's head. But, side note, my mala beads that I made with dragon bloodstone, clear quartz, and smoky quartz, which I use in my practice. They're special to me. I love, love, love this mala necklace, this prayer meditation necklace. And I will be showing you guys a video on how I made that as well. It's really simple. We have the Eye of Odin, which is stone, hagstone, that I'm using. And of course we have my trusty protection lantern. This bad boy right here is a gourd that I have been saving since Lunasa. It looks like a swan, which represents the season, and Venus. And it looks like a cornucopia. So we're using this bad boy in a prosperity spell. Right now I have crystals and stuff in it, but it's going to be great. And of course we have our St. Bridget's cross I made. If you missed it, I did make these crosses instead of out of reeds. I made them out of the hosta plants in my garden to bring in more garden blessing magic. But then, of course, we have my abalone shell with this burning stick I made for the season. I'll try to show a video of it in the corner real fast. But this one I made with sage, basil, and rosemary. Smells perfect, but I will see you guys tomorrow for our Imbolc reading. And remember to take advantage of that new moon energy tomorrow and the dark moon tonight.